Hi guys, it's Gail again. Um, Today I just wanted to talk about some recent developments which I might have alluded to in my last video. By the way, I don't have an uploading schedule. I just make a video when I have the time, and right now it's the end of the semester and I have a lot of papers to write, so I don't have time to make a video, which is a very bad start since I just started making videos a few weeks ago. But in my last video, I talked about, I have allergy eyes right now. It is spring 2017 and the pollen is giving me a warm time. So I was just rubbing my eyes just now. So if I look tired or sleepy, I'm probably tired and sleepy, but it's also the pollen. But anyway, so in my last video I said, I think I hinted that there was some problem with the development of the baby, but I don't think I said what it was. My first ultrasound, I went all excited to hear my baby's heartbeat. I was like, oh my God, I'm just gonna break down in tears when I hear it. And I got there and the ultrasound technician was like, are you sure you're 10 weeks? Why do you think you're 10 weeks? I'm like, because I conceived on this day and my doctor said blah, blah, blah. So she's like, I don't hear a heartbeat. Should I try it another way? And I'm like, oh my God, my spirit died. My heart broke. And she just kept going on, blah, blah, blah. How pregnant are you? So I just laid there for the rest of the process thinking, no heartbeat, no heartbeat. What does that mean? But anyway, at the end of, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I don't remember how long I was laying there. She was done and she said, oh, well, your doctor will give you the results. So I was like, okay. And I tried to look at the screen and she shut the screen off real quick. So I didn't know what was happening. But anyway, after I left, I had an incident which I think is a little too graphic probably to talk about on YouTube. Well, maybe too graphic for me to talk about because other persons have talked about graphic stuff. But I had an incident that kind of scared me, and so I called my doctor, my MD, and his office said I should go to go to the ER. I didn't want to go to the ER. It involved some bleeding. I didn't want to go to the ER because they never treat you unless you're bleeding from the head or your heart is not beating. So I was like, I'm not going back to ER again to sit there for 3 hours and then get a Tylenol and a cup of water, because that's what happened both times. I went to the ER. They were like, okay, but what's wrong? Because we don't see anything. I'm like, okay, I must be crazy then. So anyway, my doctor's office says go to urgent care. So I did, and the doctor checked me and she said, oh, she did a pregnancy test, you're still pregnant. But she said she wasn't able to do an ultrasound. So I was like, okay. And so they were done with me and they sent me home. So I was like, okay. I had called my doctor's office and they said, come in on Monday, blah, blah, blah. So on Monday I took off work and I went in to see them, and they requested another ultrasound and a blood test, to check the development, to check the hormone changes, to see if the fetus is really developing, blah, blah, blah. So I waited all week like, okay, no heartbeat. I'm thinking there's a problem. But I kept praying and praying that, that God would work some divine miracle for me, that if there's no heartbeat, he'd bring the heartbeat back, because he can do that. So I prayed all week. I told my family what the doctor said, and I feel like I had a lot of time to process the fact that there was no heartbeat. So I went back to the doctor Friday. I don't remember which Friday I went back, and remember which Friday I went back, but he just said, this is a bad pregnancy. So I was like, oh shit, could you like ease me into it a little bit? He was like, this is a bad pregnancy. So I was like, okay, I kind of appreciated that he just got it out and was like, well, you know, Miss Gail, there's something I must tell you. You're probably not gonna like it. And I'm like, okay, doc, spit it out. But anyway, so he said it's a bad pregnancy. And I was like, so is the baby okay? He says, there's no baby. And I was like, I sat there looking at him like, and then he says something like, you're gonna have to do a miscarriage. I'm like, oh my God. That's when I broke down in tears, because it's one thing to know you had a miscarriage and the baby's gone, but it's another thing to not actually have had a miscarriage and you have to perform one yourself or force one yourself. And so I sat there and I just cried. And then I came back to myself, and the doctor and I talked, and we talked, and you know, he wrote a prescription for the pills that I was going to use to do it. And okay, let me speed this up. And so I had the task of figuring out when I'm going to take these pills, because when you take them, you're going to be in excruciating pain. Well, he said cramped, and I was like, okay, I was going to be cramped, and I was going to, then I cried and I cried, and then I left his office, and I forgot where I went after. I think I did some errands. I went to the pharmacy, picked the prescription up, came home, and I just sat there thinking, I have to do this. When do I do this? How do I do this? What's going to happen to me? I've never had a miscarriage. I've never had anybody around me have a miscarriage. I've never had the experience of it. What am I going to do? Like, I have to do this myself. So I got my pills. It was 4 pills. I got my pills and some Tylenol they prescribed, and I came home and I ate, and I had to figure out, do I take it now? Do I wait until after the school semester has ended? That way I'm mentally free. But then I couldn't carry this thing around knowing I had to get rid of it. I would have rather just get rid of it. Then I had to think about work. My doctor gave me 2 days off from work and school. So I sat in this same spot thinking, what am I gonna do now? I have to do this thing, and I have to do it myself, and I have to process that I have lost my baby, and now I have to flush this thing myself. And for the first time in a very long time, maybe ever, I felt like there was something I had to do that I couldn't do by myself. I've done everything myself for these how many years, and this I couldn't do by myself. What happened if I get sick? What happened if I can't move around? And I read the thing from the pharmacy about the medication. Like, it tells you what the side effects are and all this stuff. And I was like, vomiting, diarrhea, cramps, and other symptoms that said that might not be on there. So I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be doing all this stuff all by myself. Suppose I can't walk. So I text my mom and my sisters, and I was like, guys, I have to do this thing and I can't be alone. So my sister said my mom was on her way over. So I was like, thank God, I didn't even have to call. She was already on her way over. So I sat here thinking, don't delay it, get it over with, face whatever comes. Because I was most afraid about what might come, what might happen, what the experience was gonna be like for me. So I sat here, I was like, wait until next week, wait, but I didn't know what I was waiting for. Like, sure, I had to go to work. I had to study the Saturday because I had papers due the Monday. So I was like, do I do it now and then I'm in too much pain to go to school, or I'm going to be too groggy or too sleepy or too tired or too drained because I've lost too much blood and I can't do my assignment on Saturday? That's what I was thinking, like, because my assignments are very important to me. So I said, take the damn pill, comes what may. Saturday, if you have to sleep it off, you sleep it off. And Sunday, you do your assignment and don't go to work on Monday and do some more assignment then. And so I was like, I just sat here, the pills in my hand, and then I was like, I just threw them in my mouth, drank a half a bottle of water, and it was behind me. Because that was part of the hardest part. Sitting with the pills in my hand was very hard. To just sit here by myself taking these pills. So I swallowed the pills down, and then I started to prepare. I got the Tylenol and put it by the bed. I got water, put it by the bed. I started getting everything ready. I forgot now what I was getting ready. But I remember I was getting stuff ready that I would have handy in case I am too cramped to walk to the bathroom. Like, I don't remember what I did, but I got a lot of stuff ready. And then my mom came and I explained to her again what the situation entailed, what was happening with her would-be grandbaby, which she was so looking forward to. And I just said, this has to be done. I took the pills already, so now I guess I just wait. I ate a nice big meal and I drank some hot beverage. I forgot what it was, hot chocolate or something, or Ovaltine, because I had to stop drinking coffee and milk because I was pregnant and I love coffee. I had to stop drinking coffee and tea, and I love coffee and I love tea. And so I had to drink like some Ovaltine or something. And I got in bed to sit there and study, not study, like write papers and wait for the cramps to start. But I fell asleep. And so I fell asleep and I woke maybe midnight or before that. Then I fell back asleep again. And then the pain started. This video is already 12 minutes and 30 seconds. And I'm going to cut it. But I have to make another video to talk about that experience. I think I actually had the presence of mind to like record stuff. I think I was using voice to text in my phone, like tracking stuff as they happen, because I wanted to remember the experience. But anyway, I'll have to make another video to talk about that because I have to eat now and go and study. It's already 8. I can't tell what time it is without my glasses on, but it's after 8, almost 9, and I have an essay to write before I hit some other papers. So I'll talk about that experience in another video. If I remember the name, if I can find the name of the pills, or if I can say the name of the pills, I'll say what they are. Well, I probably won't say. I don't think it's necessary to say what they are. But this video is pretty much to say that I am no longer on my way to becoming a mom. But I am going to try again as soon as I can. Apparently, my doctor and other people who know, they said that right away, you know, as long as once you're back to yourself, you can start again, and it's a good time to start. There are other issues that makes it complicated for me this time around. I don't know if I'll talk about those issues because it's a little bit personal, and I don't know if I want to talk about that stuff. I'll think about it. But doing it a second time is going to be a little difficult, but I am excited and I'm ready, and there is so many changes. There are so many changes that's going to be taking place in my life over the next few weeks that I'm so excited to talk about them. I am kind of daunted, but I am very rarely ever afraid of trying something that will bring about my growth, my personal growth. Like, I always will try. I don't consider failure a possibility only because one failure, what we perceive as failure, will lead into something else, or I will try something else. So I will never see anything as me having failed, because I will never stop and give up and say, okay, try that, didn't work, oh well, let me just go back to what I was doing before. I will always try something else. So anyway, saying that to say, I have a lot of changes coming up in my life real soon, and I'm excited to start those journeys, and I will come back and talk about them real soon. So this is part one of I cannot believe I've lost my baby. In my next video, I'll talk about the experience of having to flush the gestational sac, and maybe in that same video I'll talk about how I processed the whole thing, how I dealt with it, how I can sit here now and be sane talking about it without crying, because Lord knows I wanted this baby so bad. So I'll talk about how I'm processing this loss and how I've managed to get back to a stage where I could just go back to work and be quite normal about it. I don't talk about it to my coworkers except for one, I think 2 coworkers I've told. I don't know if anybody else in the office knows, because anything more than one person knows is not a secret anymore. So, but okay, so yeah, cut this video short. It's 16 minutes. I will give more information in my next video. So until then, adios. See you soon. And please subscribe to my channel, because like I said, lots of exciting stuff is coming up in my life. Good, bad, indifferent, doesn't matter. It's new and it's exciting, and I am eager to share. So like, subscribe, and follow me. And you can follow me on Instagram at Jewel2. Sorry, I changed it to Jewel by Gail. So my YouTube and my Instagram handle are the same. Jewel by Gail is my Instagram handle. I am also Jewel by Gail on Facebook. That's my page where I showed my designs that I was making when my sewing business was up and running. Anyway, so I've said goodbye. Adios, and I mean it this time.